They'll be calling you a radical. I'm going to settle this whole freaking nightmare with Jay Cullen and Dana Duffer right here, right now. And I'm going to talk about this. And I will debate Jay any place, anywhere, anytime. And you want to compare academia credentials, I'll get into that at the end of this. You want to compare my path and my journey. Now look, I don't think Jay's a bad person at all. I really didn't know a lot about him until this whole controversy got out. And I listened to the interview. By the way, Jan Miss Milky put up, her work's so grand, it's so good. Her and I have been together since the beginning of this. Her and I right off the get. By the way, the reason her and Radchick live 5 miles away from them, I'm the one that introduced them to each other. You know, this genre has been so powerful. But I want to talk about Jay. You know, I don't think he's a bad person. I know Dana's not a bad person. I'm going to talk about this and how a third party could stir it up like a little kid, and the third party's the problem here. And this should never happen, and it should never come to this, and it's ridiculous that it comes to this because, you know, I was asked by a person when I was in New York, in Old Wall Street, that I used to work with, and he says, Kevin, you're so incredibly dynamic, you've done so many things with your life, and I know you got this brutal cancer in your body and you're fighting it off, but what is it you're up to? Well, why are you doing all this? Why are you doing this? You're going to get no thanks and everything, and I'm like, I'm filling a void. He says, what? I says, I'm filling a void that humanity absolutely has to have. You know, I have to do this. So does Dana. Now look, Jay has the right to say whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. He has the right to go on any television. He has the right to vlog. Yes, he has that total right. So does Dana. Now look, we live in the United States of America. The United States, we have the First Amendment. Now, this is very important I talk about this. This is how my whole YouTube started. It was an argument with another professor. I was working on my PhD post-ignorance. The argument started like this. It has been ruled in the United States a YouTube video is digital copyright. Digital copyright mirrors published copyright. A YouTube video under the law of the United States of America is considered a book, literature. We got into this. It's not television. We got an argument. I could say fuck all I want. It's not the fucking rules come down. It's not radio. It's not TV. It's not even internet. It's been ruled. That's why it says publish. It mirrors literature copyright. It is literature. So it's a book. You can say whatever the fuck you want in your fucking book in the United States. I'm here to tell you. You could fucking talk in the aggregate. Oh, these fucking politicians, the whole fucking herd of them ought to be strung up. Very fucking legal. Then all that thing. Now, what Dana did in the United States or whatever's gone between the two of them, I don't see where there's a law even been fucking broken in the U.S. But I'm not a Canadian. Canadian has very different laws. Look, my father died so we could have this First Amendment. I'm going to fucking exercise it. I think Jay's probably a good person, but as I listen to Jan, she does this beautiful video, and he says in there, so not Jay didn't say this, the moderator said it. The PBS moderator, you know, they're the problem. We know that, because here's the problem. People like us, me, Danny, who actually physically do the work and actually do the studies and eat, sleep, drink this, and I've lived this my whole life, and I have all the fucking data. That's why I would love to debate Jay. And by the way, when I fought with the NRC in there, and I says, hey, I'll buy beers lately, look, I can be intense like we're supposed to be, but I'm very cordial. And I says, I'll even pay, and I have no money. The bone marrow transplant center cost me my bill was $1.8 million. He took everything I had, you know, and I didn't have that much, I mean, but it's paid. So, but I'll buy it, and they have all the money on the taxpayers' dime, you know, in there, and we did. We went over there. I'm very cordial with them. They have conversations with me. They know that, I mean, they know we're very friendly to each other. You know, I'm not some kind of freaking monster, and neither is Dana. So, she says, oh, Jay was just trying to tell the good news of Fukushima. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history, good news. It's the greatest ecological catastrophe, bar none. So Jay says right in his own interview, he admits in the own interview, he says he doesn't do any work. I shouldn't say he doesn't do any work. He hasn't done any field studies. He's regurgitating the talking point from the scientific community. He says that. Understand that? So let's talk about the scientific community. The scientific community puts out, so Ken Buesler, which I called him Ken Bucketfuck Buesler many times. I respect Ken. By the way, look, I totally disagree with him on so many things, but there's plenty that I do 100% agree with Ken Buesler on. You're going to say, what? Yes. He says like this. He says, there's no agency study. He says that. He's right. academia, all these agencies. Well, there is one that I know for a fact, the United States Navy. I know what their data is. They have all the data. They're the only ones that have the data. The Marine Corps and the Navy have it. They've told me that at the Reagan hearing. By the way, at the USS Reagan, I spent so much time there in 2013, 2014. They ruled. It goes forward. So we're hoping all this data got out there in the hearing. So they opened it up to GE in August 25th. 2014! So what do they do with the wills of justice? It's written into the Constitution that it has to go forward in a quick, speedy manner. Oh no. Once they know they're going to start to lose and this thing's going to come forward, I was interviewed by PBS at the hearing on 12/13 when I was in critical condition on the Sound and Opera shutdown. You know, I can get into that in heavy detail. The PB Cherry's litigation in heavy detail. I've been at this a long fucking time. I'm extremely educated. My education, and I'll get into that at the end here. But, so I would love to debate. So Jay says, he's regurgitating Woodhull's Ken Buesler's fucking data. Okay? Look at this. Now this had to get leaked, by the way. Okay, because, look, and Jay says it correctly. They're behind locked doors, but what he does, here's the problem I have with Jay, what he says. He says that we're somehow ignorant and don't know what I mean, that's why I want to debate him. I forgot more than he knows by 15 times. By 500 times, and I'm not kidding. Seriously. You know, I've eat, sleep, drink this. My academia career is my life. Fucking, my father's the atomic veteran. You know, a nuclear human lab right in the Nevada test site. I have all that. Me and my uncle's the ones that sued for the Freedom of Information Act. I poured through this and fucking been through this for my whole life. You know, I was educated by the greatest professors in American history. And that's no bullshit. I'll show you here at the end. You know, I knew Goffman. I've known so many of these fucking people. I knew fucking so many of these great fucking academians and activists in my life. I knew Madeline Race. You know Madeline than that? Yeah, Madeline, not Megan. Madeline, Megan's mother. Knew Edward Abbey. Wallace Stegner. Fucking so many of these greats. You know, they taught me. I learned. I watched my dad be human lab rat and watch him die of leukemia. The most healthy, incredible specimen. And I have all the data from the Nevada test site. I have the data from Cal Berkeley at the head of the stake. I have the government data from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I know what fucking this does. First and foremost, the good news of Fukushima. There's no good news of Fukushima. None. It's the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. It's fucking frying the fucking Pacific Ocean. And it's unarguable. Dana and I's work, I walked it. We were out on a fucking limb in the early days saying this is going to kill, it's going to kill, it's going to kill. You know, and that could be argued. You know, these guys are just hypothesizing whatever. Absolutely we were. But that's what PhDs, we hypothesize. Then we go out in the field and we do the fucking work. So I went out in the field and did the fucking work. I've been up and down that whole fucking coast. Fucking every single fucking pier. I visually documented it. Fucking up and down, I've gathered all the fucking data. It's a nuclear fission event that's never happened in the history of humanity. So to sit and say, so this study comes out. This is on about day 100. It had to get leaked to me, by the way. And then I read it online, and it shows up at the Air and Water Monitoring website at Cal Berkeley, and one of our online activists found it. So, okay, read it. This is Ken Buesler's names, by on the way, all this group. At the sampling site, 30 meters down, 300 miles off the coast, 3 samples. 1 3 times. That's enough to scare the bejesus out of you. And this is, you know, season 137, 130. I mean, it's all together. You don't get one without the other in these events. You get plutonium, you get cesium, you get strontium, you get them all. Then some. You get nuclear fission and tritium levels that we don't even understand because it's never happened before. Bring you star-powered Earth. And that, Livermore will tell you that right to your face. Second sample, 50 times. Third sample, 100 times. What do you think? It just went away? And the jet stream. Oh, it's going to slosh across the ocean and just land here. When we know the bridge made it to Eugene, Oregon in what, 6 days? We have the California current. We have the fucking thing, you know, when factually documented. It's unarguable the Pacific Ocean is dying. This anchovy in full fucking collapse. Sardine, full collapse. Full collapse. I mean, it's unprecedented. I mean, the death of the Pacific Ocean is unprecedented. The death of the starfish, it's unarguable. You know, you can blame it on you, whatever. But the fact is, 1 + 1 is not 3. 1 + 1 is not 3. 1 + 1 is fucking 2. This happens, then the ocean fucking dies. Let's get real. This is nuclear fission. So, Ken will say, there's nobody testing, so he's out with his bucket fucking samples doing whatever. I mean, that study, we can only gather so much. The kelp study, which we and I, Joe, argued down there in California with him. We talked to him for a long time. Joe talked to him for a full hour on the phone. We argued on this because, look, they set the background study in January of 2014. How can you set the background January 2014 when Fukushima happened in 2011? We know that the tracer tuna study was picking it up in fucking August of 2011. Now, I could show you videos of when Fukushima re-blew up again on the 14th of June 2011. I could show you where it blew up again in the summer of 2013 when I was at the Reagan. I have the video proof to fucking prove it. I have documentation from all kinds of fucking sources. I listened to the transcript at 12/12 when there was litigation, and very correct litigation, because this guy right here, my close, beautiful friend in Japan that I graduated the #1 school of finance in '96 together, he's a Japanese elitist. I got a lot of information from him. He translated the whole fucking thing. They admitted, just like I hypothesized, that they were dumping the waste into the ocean. They started on 4/3/11, just like I did those videos where I went ballistic, which I did. I mean, perfect. I have all this. I basically bring it. Then I get leukemia. You know, my father gets leukemia later after being in human lab rather than metastasis. Then I get it. AML. You know, so many of my loved ones in my family, whatever, but it's more than that. My academia, my sources, whatever. So this needs to stop. This litigation, Dana, is ridiculous. It was just by, you know, a third-grade hall monitor who stirred up the fucking shit. Look, I think Jay's probably a good guy. I know Dana is. You know, I would love to sit down with all three of us. It would be wonderful, and just have a beer and talk. There's no reason we shouldn't be friends. I have a role to play. Dana has a role to play. Jay has a role to play. I understand that. And I understand the media is the problem. See, Jay gets his platform, he goes on PV. They're not going to give us a fucking platform. The other side, because who owns the platform? The nuclear cartel. And I can call the nuclear cartel all the fuck I want, those evil fuckers. And I'm going to exercise my fucking First Amendment. My father died for it. You know, my family, my uncle, Omaha Beach vet, he died for it. And I have every fucking right to do everything that I fucking do. And I know the law. Sony filed a copyright fucking claim on me, and I battled them. I know the fucking rules. I know the law. And I hammered back without an attorney, and I fucking won. I fucking took on Sony, and I beat them. Fuck, they even sent me an apology from fucking Google. I'm going to exercise my First Amendment right now. The laws are very different, and I understand that in Canada. I'm no lawyer in Canada, but I sure know the law here. And so I will debate Jay any place, any time. Look, there's no reason for fucking hatred like this, and the fucking cops have to arrest fucking Dana on this. Dana does fucking brilliant work, by the way. You know, I've been able to review some things, and, you know, the whole Palco situation is very tragic and sad, but look, Palco was terminally ill when he come to us. And I can really get into, you know, the whole dynamic of Edelman, the PR firms, and the whole 9 yards. But this is ridiculous that this even happened. You know, Dana goes up on the boat and goes up. Palco asked me straight up, should I buy Dana the fucking boat or give you the fucking money, whatever, you know. Well, we know what he did. He bought Dana the boat. You know, and the whole thing didn't pan out the way any of us thought it was going to, because Jeff passed away. You know, Jeff was really, it's so sad what happened to him. Really fucking tragic, you know. At the morphine clinic, he was terminally ill. I mean, you know, the videos that he did and whatever, completely out of his mind. He was a good guy, by the way. He was a very good guy. He was a very good person. It's very fucking tragic and fucking sad. You know, that you can have a third party spin and fucking throw videos out there and fucking cause all this fucking shit like a little kid. There's your criminal. There's your fucking criminal. But this between Jay needs to end. Jay has every single right in the world to do everything that he does. But he'll tell you straight up, he said in his videos, he's not relying on his, he's relying on the scientific community. And it's the moderator. The moderator, oh, they talk like this. Oh. The good news of Fukushima. Get on the boxcar, take the fucking shower. You know, come on, it's okay, kids. Santa Susana in LA, it's okay to have the camp right there. It doesn't hurt you. Oh, let's go in the hospital here. You know, it'll be okay. Bloop, you're dead. We're in the fight of our fucking lives. It's the greatest ecological catastrophe in fucking human history. Now, Jay can put out any data he fucking wants. He can regurgitate the scientific community. And, you know, it's blocked. It's bullshit that it's blocked in the United States. And that's what killed Aaron Swartz. Aaron Swartz is, hey, what are you talking about? Why is this scientific fucking PhD data fucking blocked? Why do we not have access? Because we're paying for it. Now, Jay's in Canada. That's separate. When I'm talking about the United States. In the United States, we're paying for it. Aaron Swartz says, fuck you. And Aaron Swartz was right, by the way. He was right. That's bullshit. Bullshit. We fucking pay for it to see. You know, just like this bullshit on the TPP. I've been reading through that fucking rag, by the way. By the way, we're fucked. All that does is attach to the weakest fucking law. You know, and it's globalist. I mean, the globalist fucking wet dream come true. You know, it's slavery for everyone now. So, but this needs to end. I will debate Jay any place, any fucking time. Look, my academic career is big and broad. My work career with my Hawk and Trials of Plow is big and broad. I've ate, slept, drank this since I was a child. I grew up in Utah with the greatest, I mean, this was American Ground Zero for anti-nuclearism. I was raised by the greatest activists in the fucking world. I was fucking educated by the greatest professors in the world. My physicality, my fucking work, by my dad, the Special Forces Marine, who was killed. You know, then I get leukemia, given 2 months to live, and, you know, inside that bone marrow transplant, and I'm here to tell you, on the Wasatch, Utah, the #1 leukemia unit in the world is Danish philosophy medicine. We have 3 million people in this state. You know, there's a lot of people from the Rocky Mountain region that end up in that unit, but, you know, central Utah, the cancer capital of the world, with 350 open-air tests in Nevada, and I have all the data and I can prove all this. I have it. It's the government's very well done to fucking data. But for professors to say the data is fucking total bullshit, I have it. I had to sue for it. You know, me and my uncle, the fucking retired fucking Air Force brass, my father's brother. He's still alive, by the way. So, we have the fucking data. You know, it's there. I'll debate anybody, any place, any fucking how, anytime. When I was inside the bone marrow transplant, you know, people go to fucking mob and train. A lot of marquee athletes get this and die. The fucking statistical probability of getting leukemia is fucking going up so fucking high. I'm a stats guy. I mean, you want to try fucking me with any of these, I mean, try me. I'm a walking, talking, because of my atomic brain. Look, southern Utah makes up maybe fucking 10% of the Utah population. Yet our bone marrow transplant center, fucking half the people in there are from southern Utah to this day. Everybody knows what we call the red dust down there. You know, come to Moab and fucking die, the cancer capital, maybe of the world. Well, now Fukushima's ongoing. This is a nuclear fission event that's never happened before, and it's fucking annihilating the Pacific Ocean. It's causing cancer in a major way. And I have all the data from the Nevada test site. They all fucking died of leukemia. Not all of them, but almost all of them, 99%. I have all the data from Berkeley, and we had to fight our ass off to fucking get it. And academians don't want it, and they want to regurgitate their bullshit fucking data, and Ken says it. Ken says it. He'll say it over and over. Ken Buser says it. There's nobody studying the ocean. He says it 100, and he's right. So when Jay says I'm going on academia peer review, and I'm, you know, and I see what... Really? When Ken says there is no data? The only study that I've ever come across is this one. And you read it, Ken's name's on that. Ha! 100 times the background. That's enough to fucking kill you so fucking dead. And I'm going to exercise my First Amendment every fucking chance. And I'm going to fight to fucking live. And people need to understand that YouTube videos are literature. That's under the law. Now up there, and this shit needs to fucking end. You know, there needs to be fucking a talk. Jay needs to go have it. I'll sit down. I'm more than happy. I'll be the guy between. You know, me, Jay, Dana, all of us, and we just go to dinner. I'll buy, and I have no fucking money, but I'll find the money to buy. I'll buy beers, and I'll guarantee we can be friends. And this needs to stop, and this needs to fucking end. Dana's doing what he does. He's filling a void, and it's absolutely, and he's done the work. He's been on the water, and his work's incredible. I'm so impressed with his fucking work, and I mean, he puts his videos together so articulate, so beautifully, and does such fucking good work. You know, and I'm sure Jay fucking, he's good at what he does too. You know, we have a role to play, all of us. Who's fucked us? You know, we got a third-party little fucking kid, fucking baby, I gotcha, I gotcha. That's bullshit. It's against the law in Canada and the United States. But we have no platform. When a mediator says, oh, he's just trying to tell the good news of Fukushima. Think about that line. And Jan's work's fucking powerful. We do what we do with this incredible fucking genre. I'm going to tell my path, and I'm going to tell my fucking journey, because nuclear fallout kills you and gives you leukemia and mows you fucking down. And this is the greatest ecological catastrophe yet. And I'm here to fucking tell you, the Pacific Genocide, which I named in the early days, is very fucking real, and I'll debate anyway. You know, and I'd love to fucking sit down with Jay and Ken or whatever. I'll buy beers, and I'd love to be friends with you guys. Because, and you can talk to anybody in the NRC or anybody with PG&E. A lot of the execs at PG&E, and I go at them. We can sit down, and we've had dinner before together. We've had beers together. You know, right there at the Omni, you know, I had beers with them. Very cordial, and it was actually very enjoyable and very fun. You know, we both have roles to play. We know that the government apparatus and the populace, but we're filling voids and doing what we have to fucking do, all of us. But to fucking have someone arrested for what? For what? Dana's no threat to anyone. You know, there's some threats out there. Some rats and some fucking trolls that are threatening. And Jay's sure no threat to anybody. And Ken Buser's sure no threat to anybody. And they have the total fucking right to say, but so do I. And so do we. It's called the First Amendment of the United States, and I'm going to fucking exercise it. And, you know, I'd love to debate you, Jay. I'd love to sit down. You know, it'd be nice to get a platform like you got, but they won't give us one. You know, and you can watch the interview with Jack Dresser with me. Hour on PBS, you know, on the 2nd anniversary of Fukushima, for 1 full hour with me. That was great, by the way. I loved it, me and Jack Dresser. I loved that. That's how I, you know. So I want to show you this, my credentials. You know, this is my feather in my cap, boy. I've done a lot of things with my life. You know, of course, that's the year I graduated. And, you know, I have a fight going with the university on my MBA, my PhD, and my undergraduate. We got a big fight, but that's my crowning jewel. That's the last letter of recommendation the legendary finance professor Clyde Cooley ever wrote before he died in Macau. The most brilliant finance professor, a lot of people say, in American history. I was his mentor. He would tell you that. I took over his program on his tragic, horrible death in '99. He died in November. It was tragic. It was horrible. Our school spiraled out of control ever since. It's the highest score he ever gave on fucking his toughest test. Everybody in that university knows. So, that's my feather. You know, I have incredible credentials, I really do. You know, from these great professors that mentored me, and these great activists that mentored me, and my beautiful, incredible activist father. And his beautiful life was mowed down and taken from him. You know, it's horrible what happened to that. And I will never get over it. So, this fucking fight needs to end. There's no one threatening anyone. We all love each other. We have the right to be intense and vocal and fight for our lives. We know who the real enemy is. It's not Ken or Jay. It's a nuclear cartel. Stand tuned.